time of the week again. Prepare yourself for the surveyors of sauce, the sultans of spaghetti, the whispers in your ears. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the What's Your Spaghetti Policy podcast. Now, here are your hosts, Alex and Jakub.
October of 2025, I'm not going to be able to use this computer anymore. That's how it works, right? I won't be able to update it.
Is that official? They're doing away with Windows 10?
I mean, I'm sure you can still use that operating system. It's just not going to update. So, and that'll be a problem in like 5 years.
I'd give it like a year or two because like cyber hackers hacking the mainframe are way better nowadays. So I think that they would be able to find a loophole pretty quick.
I don't use this PC for like more than gaming, and so like majority of stuff is gonna work. So
that's the thing. If it's 2024, dude. Okay, let's be honest. If you're browsing one of those shady porn sites on your PC, no, sir. It's 2024. You've got a phone. You've got encryption
even tell you
for
the
that.
last time
VPNs.
I looked at porn.
It's been at least an hour or two. Yeah, I feel you. Oof, it has been at least an hour or two. You know, you're on the train going to work. You're like, what am I gonna do? I'm just standing here. Might as well. You know,
watch anime.
Yeah, that's true. I guess you can do that as well.
Or watch
hentai. Yeah, it's anime,
like
but with boobs. So
it's more than that.
Sometimes, most of the time, the plot line gets mixed a little bit sometimes.
Oh yeah, there's a real plot line in that.
Hey, I think we need to bring it back, man. I think we need more. There needs to be more plot lines, not just in hentai, but also in porn in general. I think they could really bring around everybody. Like if we had actual good stories being told in these, but then use the porn as filler. I think you just check all the boxes.
I love how, by the way, your boy in the hair and like poster, you just put it over something else.
Yeah, dude, I didn't get an actual frame. Come on, man. I taped it up there. It's tape. It's not even like pinned up there. It's just masking tape. I did the loop trick where you loop it and then you stick it on the back. Good to go. So
I'm sure it'll fall. You know, have you ever just
only fallen once so far. So
just wait until you're sitting there, you're playing Hunt or you're playing Elden Ring or something, and all that shit behind you just falls down randomly.
So honestly, I'm here for it. It'd be funny. It'd scare the shit out of me. But speaking of falling, how are you feeling right now, bud?
I'm still aggravated by it. Like, it's at the end of the day, like nothing. I mean, it's just what it is. It's just
can't do anything about it. It's not you could go back in time and stop it from falling, right? So
well, what the fucked up part is like I was sitting on the couch, and okay, like I hang up a lot of stuff with command strips, but this was heavy enough to where there was a nail and command strips on it.
Damn, man.
Because I didn't want it to fall, Jacob. I didn't want it to knock my shit over.
It's ironic how that happens. So,
and I guess just over time, the command strips were starting to fall, and it was pulling, and then
it only had the nail to rely on, and the nail was like, "I'm doing my best."
Yeah, yeah, I guess. And like the clicker bus that I got is like super limited. Like can't even buy it. Like the cheapest you can find it's for like $800 on eBay now. So like I can't replace it, and you can't glue it.
Why not?
You could. Well, there's pieces missing, dude. There's like fucking microscopic pieces that I can't find.
Shelby has an antique, very special to her tiger that she got from her granny that I shattered, and I put it back together with super glue. There's pieces missing, and it's still don't enjoy it. I hate that I broke it. So yeah, we thought the kids would break it, but I ended up breaking it.
I did that for one of Christina's, like she has a ring holder that I think like her great grandma had, and I like accidentally broke it one time, but
damn,
it was a clean break.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. This wasn't. It was in pieces.
Yeah, and the scorpion statue, like I got a couple years ago, and I can get one now, but it's like I don't want to spend $180.
Yeah, I'll bring some super glue over, man. We'll get it fixed.
You can't. I've already thrown them away.
Damn, dude, you went hardcore. Just get them out of here.
I was pissed every time I saw it. It just reminded me, made me sad.
That's fair.
It's lesson learned is like don't put that frame up there. And here's the fucked up part about that frame is like it fell. I mean, we're talking, it's taller than me. My bookshelf's taller than me. So it's 8 foot, an 8 foot drop. Glass did not shatter on the frame.
And that's a test to the frame itself. Good job.
I mean,
you know?
shout out Hobby Lobby with your super glass, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's probably tempered, right? It has to be tempered.
Yeah.
But then
it
tempered
is.
breaks with it. I don't understand how tempered glass works. It's like the smallest bit of force in the wrong direction and it shatters.
Well,
So,
I've got the shadow box that I have is museum glass. And
damn,
it does not.
you
and
can
it
launch a few
doesn't-
bullets at that thing.
Well, it's not bulletproof glass.
It's museum glass. It has to be
It
bulletproof,
doesn't.
right?
It doesn't have reflection on it. So like you can take a.
Damn, that's what you
you
need
can
for the
put, like-
pictures behind you, man. You need museum
it's
glass.
Expensive, dude. It's expensive.
You got to buy it in bulk. Buy a big sheet and then cut it yourself.
I'm not interested.
Yeah.
So like I was just really fucking mad like all day long.
Damn, man. That's like it was bound to happen though, right? I mean,
Why?
Anybody who collects things, they're inevitably like it's accidents happen, you know. I'm more shocked at the fact that you have a 7-year-old child, right? She's 7, right? Am I getting it right?
Still 6.
Still 6? Damn, dude. Oh, she turned
Your word?
7 in June.
Nope.
July. I got this.
31st.
Damn it, you didn't let me guess, man. Come on. But no, like I'm still shocked that you have a 6-year-old and several dogs that used to run around and whatnot, and still do have 2. I would say crazier dogs now. And you've only lost these 2 pieces in at least the years that I've known you. I don't know how many pieces.
And it has nothing to do with any of that stuff that happened either.
Yeah, they didn't do it. It was just happened by
Now
weird circumstances.
So I got that Motaro like Storm Collectibles, and like it fell like with less than 24 hours after I got it, far enough away that I just like told Big Bad that it shipped, and I got it broken, and they sent me a new one. So
Wink. Yeah, I got you, dude. I got you. Wink.
so that's, other than that, that's the only thing. But like now, I have stuff placed very carefully, and when I set stuff up, when I do displays, I will jump up and down right in front of it.
That's smart. But still, it's just crazy to me that not
And
a single
I have
time.
and I have carpet. So
I do get nervous every time my kids come over because they don't have the same restraint or
I didn't grow up with it.
Yeah,
Zoe grew up with it.
Yeah,
where,
I think
she would go over there, and it's just like you can look, but don't touch. And
whereas my kids, they were like, "Can I see this?" And I guess so. You know, cool. I don't have that attachment to it, but I don't collect things in the same sense that you do.
Like the clicker bus is just more aggravating because it was one of the first like big boy statues, like adult, when I was like slowly moving from like action figures into collectibles or into like statues. I mean, I still do both, but I was always just like strictly like, oh, I'm just gonna do action figures or whatever. And now it's like I have statues, and I have a lot of them. But that was like the first one I got, and like it's limited, and it's just one of those where like it's not so much that it fell and broke, it's that I cannot replace it.
Yeah.
Whereas like the Scorpion, like I can buy one right now. It's still limited, but like I can buy one. But again, it's like I don't want to.
You're at least not breaking the bank. I mean, it's $108. It's still a lot of money, but
Yeah, right. And
it's not
just
$5,000.
right. And so I'm just aggravated. I'm just aggravated at the whole situation because it's unnecessary. It's just whatever.
Should have never happened.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Is like you're saying it's bound to happen. My argument is that it should have just not happened.
Yeah, I don't know. I do think that to an extent it's bound to happen, like over the entire life, your entire life that you have the collection, right? You're gonna lose at least a piece or two. I would assume. I don't know, man. Maybe.
I mean, museums go all the time. They don't drop shit. They don't break
Dude, they're
shit.
losing shit all the time. People are performing heists. They're stealing shit. Like they lose shit all the time. Are you kidding me? You thinking that Mona Lisa is actually the original Mona Lisa? No.
Yeah, it's behind like laser grid and shit.
No, it's not. It's all for show. And if we're being honest, Nicolas Cage actually stole the last one. So there's a reason he got the job. For
Did
that
he steal
movie.
the Mona Lisa? I thought it was the Declaration of Independence.
I'm thinking of Tom Hanks. Yeah, Tom Hanks
you
and
are.
the Da Vinci,
You are.
the Da Vinci
The
Code.
Da Vinci Code.
God, dude, those movies were way blown out of proportion, in my opinion. I never seen
Which
them.
ones?
I never seen them. All of them. There's like 90 of them, right?
There's 3 of them. They're based off books.
Might as well be 90 in my book. Yeah, and the books. Come on, that's pretentious. Too big. You chop it down a little. It's like 800 pages per book.
But let me guess, you think the National Treasure is great?
Oh yeah, man, that movie, instant classic. Are you kidding me?
There's two. Which one?
The first one. I think is probably the better one, just because like, it's there's something about the first one that
I
comes
don't think
out.
I've ever seen the second one. I know I've seen the first one.
I don't think I've seen the second one. If I have seen the 2nd one,
Just dude,
it's
like
not memorable
like
enough.
the thing is like I'm just not a Disney person, man, and like I just my whole life have strayed away as best as I could to like just not watch Disney. Like I'm just not a Disney guy. Like it's not to say that like I don't watch Disney. Like it's just I don't go out of my way to watch Disney stuff.
I like Disney's fine. I don't like that they're like the Microsoft of the movie world, and they have to buy anything.
And they're fucking scummy, and then they buy
Everything.
all the shit, and then they ruin it.
Yeah, they do. They I would say that on a scale, they're probably maybe a little bit worse than Microsoft, because at least Microsoft just buys the other companies and lets them make the game, but then they also like cause development issues
I
with
think
like
I would say Disney's less bad.
maybe. I don't know.
They're still at least they they're geared towards children.
But they milk things like just
That's capitalism. That's not just Disney.
yeah. But I mean they
Everything.
milk things, dude. They get every drop out of you, right? They got they got a UFO technology where they're just milking the hell out of you.
Corporations just trying to why create new like every time you create like again like it goes back to the Shogun like Shogun, right? I don't know if you all watched it or not. It's
We haven't
great.
got around to it. We're still working on it.
It's based off a book. It starts and it finishes and it's over. And that's the way it should have been. Except
Yep.
now FX is like, well,
Of
everyone
course.
loves this. So like let's create a season 2 and 3 for content that doesn't exist.
Same thing for Squid Games, right? Open and shut case. The
Right.
show was over. You don't get a second. Don't get a second because there is no Squid Games. And so what do? Fucking make a reality TV show that ended up being atrocious and riddled with problems behind the scenes. Oh man.
Speaking of problems behind the scenes, Elden Ring, baby.
Yeah, dude. DLC is coming soon. By next weekend, you should be playing it.
Is it next weekend?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
21st.
it
I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
Comes out the day before my birthday. That's right.
Mhm,
No one's
mhm.
gonna wish me happy birthday because everyone's gonna be playing Elden Ring.
Yeah, dude. There's been a ton of people playing it right now, getting back into the swing of things. But you were saying that only 32% of people
Less.
have less than 32% of people have.
Something like 68% of people on Steam cannot play it because you have to defeat an optional boss in order
Yeah.
to unlock this DLC.
And like,
Now,
I don't
hold on.
necessarily. Okay, you go ahead.
This is not an unheard of practice in the sense that like you have to get so far in a main storyline in order to unlock and play the expansion. And like almost all of them are tied to main campaign, like something that you would do through the natural story progression.
Yeah.
This is a bit different in the sense that it is a completely optional and apparently not so easy boss to find and defeat,
I will
which
say
seems to be the problem.
Yeah, and I will say that yes, Moog. If you guys are wondering which boss it is, it's Moog. Okay, he's the blood god, demigod, or whatever you want to call him. His lover is possibly his uncle or cousin. I don't know the lineage. All right, it doesn't matter.
That's
It's
your
not-
George R. R. Martin influence right there.
Yeah, pretty much. Anything incestual related is probably.
I saw
gonna
a
be-
thing.
Yeah.
I saw somebody was like, they're like, I'm 100% convinced that George R. R. Martin contributed almost absolutely nothing to the game.
I don't know. Man, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. I feel it
Like
does
he
have
threw in some ideas, but like actual writing, he didn't do any of it.
maybe enough to say that maybe enough ideas
His
to say
name
that
was
he
thrown
contributed.
onto
Yeah.
it because of who he is.
But
anyways, go ahead.
back to the main point is like, yeah, that was what we were talking to Ian about. Shouts out Ian, you look great in that shirt. Is that this boss that they're locked it behind is like, first of all, to get to him is kind of a pain in the ass. You have to do this whole other side quest. But I do think that maybe it's like you were saying, they want you to have some kind of progression in the world before you jump into the DLC. And I think he would be kind of the boss that you would go after if you've already beaten the game, and maybe it's a second playthrough, or you're going for like a total completion of killing all the bosses, because he's one of the bosses that's touched on throughout the game or they kind of make subtle hints that like, oh, he hasn't been seen for ages. Like we don't know where he is. You find his a piece of gear that helps you defeat him, and so it's kind of hinted at like you need to go find this guy and kill him. But I mean, as far as like, is it shady or is it a bad thing that they put it behind an optional boss? People are gonna play it. People are gonna do it.
How old is the game? Came out in 2022.
Yeah, it came out quite a while ago. It's been out for a bit.
You've had 2 years to complete it, and like my argument is if you are going to buy the DLC and the expansion, basically, because like by all accounts, it's a fairly big add-on.
They've said that it's basically Elden Ring 2 with how large it is. Like it's not maybe not as big as Elden Ring, but it's very, very close to being just a brand new game that they're adding in.
And if you're going to buy it, there's at least enough fandom in yourself that you're just like, yeah, okay, like you have to have enjoyed it. Like I feel like if you're one of those people who didn't reach that boss, it's because you just didn't fucking like the game or you just stopped playing it or whatever.
Gonna go ahead and say a lot of people reached that boss because they were trying to rune farm because like his place is like one of the early on places that you could go to get a bunch of runes early and level up your character really fast. And yeah, so that's a lot of people probably know. Are you going to get it
on Steam or are you going to get it on PlayStation 5 since you own it twice?
I don't know. I bought it at McKay's, dude. It was so sick. I kept looking for it. And eventually they had a copy and I got it for $30. And I was like, hell yeah. But anyways, I'll probably buy it on Steam just because that's where my main playthrough is. Also, I can hook my computer up to the TV and do it like I did whenever I first got it and have that nostalgic feeling of 2021. 2022, whatever, years are different. So,
I mean, yeah, that's why they're different years. Yeah, pretty much.
But I mean, I think that there is going to be a lot of course, the people coming out and being like, this is bullshit, blah, blah, blah. At the same time, they're going to play the expansion. Like it's DLC.
I think it's a bit pretentious to lock it behind an optional boss, not a main boss, but I
also
don't think
I'm not
playing it, so I don't give a shit one way or the other.
I don't think that it's necessarily that they wanted to choose an optional boss, more so that the storyline that they went with, the storyline that like that optional boss just so happened to be where that was the last time you saw the main character in the DLC.
Now, I'm not again like I didn't like Bloodborne, man. I couldn't get through it, whatever.
It's such a hard game.
The old hunters, I don't know if it is part because like sometimes when these DLCs come out, like it is a separate option like on the main menu. Like it's just a full-on add-on. Like if like I'm just surprised that it's not like what is it, something Erd Tree or whatever.
Shadows of the Erd Tree, yeah.
Like I'm surprised that that's not just like a clickable option on the main menu.
And yeah, I don't
because that happens all the time too, where it's just a full-on like, hey, here's this. So
judging by what I've read online about it is that, and then more likely that the reason that you have to have defeated Moog to get to the DLC is because you're probably going to have to like go to the corpse of the main character, who is Mikola, by the way. Shouts out Mikola. You look great in that shirt. You have to go to he's probably going to have to travel through some kind of portal that opens up in his like area. Because like a lot of people thought that there was some kind of unlockable thing after you defeated Moog the first time around, maybe some extra content or extra lore, but it never happened. So I guess it's the DLC.
Have you been playing it to get ready for it, or are you going to go in raw?
I think I'm going to raw dog it, dude. Honestly, because the way I play games is that I've had too long of a break from Elden Ring to just jump back into my old character because I won't remember what I was doing. So I'll probably have to start over. Maybe not do it as hardcore as I did the last time, but start over, get into the swing of things, and then jump into the DLC. But same thing with Baldur's Gate. I'd have to start over.
Why not just take your character that you've already done it, so you can just jump straight into the add-on?
Because I don't remember what build I had going on. I don't remember.
It doesn't matter.
It does, dude. What if I was a strength build, but here I am trying to cast spells? It's not going to work, dude. It's not going to work. I'm not going to have enough mana. So,
well, speaking of not having enough mana, you did it. Yeah, you braved your soul, and you went to the doctor.
I went to the doctor, man. I mean, I went to a checkup, technically speaking. I didn't it wasn't like I went out of my way. I was already going. I just
right.
And
well,
I was
you
like,
went,
hey.
and
yeah, I did have questions. I went with questions. Yeah,
you went with questions. You came away with a bunch of diagnoses.
That's the thing. I have to talk to him next time I go. So I meet back up with him in a month to see how the medication's working. So I'll probably have to ask him like, hey, what's kind of the official route we have to go? Do I have to go and get a diagnosis, like a legitimate diagnosis? Because he was kind of like, yeah, it sounds like you've got touches of all these things. And I was like,
Sounds like you have
cool,
a touch
cool,
of
cool.
autism and ADHD.
Yeah. And he was like, I don't know how you've made it this far in life without like,
impurity syndrome.
yeah, man. It is all about me though. So, but no, I talked to him, got some ADHD medicine. I'm feeling good. I'm looking good. I'm going to get my balls clipped soon. That's going to be a whole experience. I'm sure I'm going to document some of that. That'll be fun. People rubbing up on my balls. Love that. That's something I look forward to. Not at all. That's sarcasm.
When's that happening?
I don't know. I'm still waiting on a call from, did you know it's called a urologist? I thought it was I thought there was going to be like dedicated ball guy. I kept telling Shelby I need to get a ball guy, right? Because I didn't think that it was going to be the whole wiener, right? That's like all of it. I didn't realize it. Because urologist to me is like, I'm having pissing problems. Can't piss.
Urologist.
Yeah, but that doesn't have anything to do with my ball sack, dude. So I don't know.
They're all, hey, bro, it's all connected.
I guess, dude. I don't know where the cum comes from. Okay, I'll be honest. I think it comes from your butt. I don't know, dude. All I know is there's a button in there you press and it comes out. So it sounds a little bit like it comes from that area. So,
well, there's your prostate.
I said cum like 90 times within that sentence. So, but no,
Different context.
Yeah. I use all the context for it, so
yeah,
it's gonna be fine though. I think the ADHD medicine will probably help me calm my nerves a little bit with going to the ball guy.
Yeah, but you're going through that hypochondriac phase.
I am, man. I don't know if the medicine's working or I'm actually like feeling better. I don't know, man. Because I was telling you that it's like,
and I don't think that ADHD is like the issue. I think it's just one of the many symptoms.
Maybe. That was kind of what he said too. He's like, yeah, if the medicine doesn't work, we'll get back together. Maybe we'll touch on some of the anxiety issues or the depression.
You're going to touch.
Yeah, we're going to touch fingers. That's what that means, right? You touch fingers together.
Yeah.
That's so sexual. So, but no, it's good. I feel good, man. I feel like everybody should go and do that. Everybody should go talk to their doctor. That's crazy. Mine
Yeah, and then you had a issue with peeing in a cup.
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
like
man.
Shouts out to the greatest episode that we've literally ever done. Oh my God, what was the name of it? It's the most relatable episode ever.
Most relatable episode ever.
God.
That one's on TikTok if you go and look. But
oh my God, it is so good.
I still
that was the
laugh
last time
my
that
ass
I laughed.
off.
Dude,
every time
if I'm ever feeling glum and I'm ever feeling down, I will just listen to my absolute like horror of going to. And it's not the doctor again. It's not the doctor that was the issue. It was all the things that happened within the doctor's office that became the problem.
And you better believe. Okay, fuck, man, this story, right? Okay, so I wake up 5 o'clock, go to the gym, feeling good, looking good. Like I said, I don't have to piss the entire time, right?
So you didn't piss before you woke up?
No, dude. Oh, I actually
That's
pissed.
weird.
I pissed after I woke up, but then from that point on, even after drinking a bunch of water, because I'm working out, I'm sweating, I'm drinking water, don't have to piss. I get home, don't have to piss. It's 6:30, don't have to piss. 7
you
o'clock
shower?
rolls around. No, I don't have to shower.
You're gross.
I don't have to shower, dude. I'm gonna shower.
You're fucking
I showered
disgusting.
later that day. Okay, why would I shower
Did
at
you
the
shower
top of the
before
day?
you went to the doctor?
No, and that's what I felt bad
You are
about because I
fucking
was like,
gross.
oh man, what if he has to grab my balls? And I'm like, hey man, how about we just pick that up next time? I'll go take a shower. And so, but I didn't have to worry about it.
Or
Yeah.
just take a shower before you go out in public, bro. We fucking went over this
See,
last week.
I was going to take a shower, but time got away from me. I had to take the kid to school.
So you have terrible time management again.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'll take the L on that one. That's me, man. That's me. I'm working on a year of growth. So yeah, that's my bad. That's me. It's on me. It's 7 o'clock. I feel a little tinge, right? I'm like, damn, I could probably go now and be caught up by the time I get to the doctor. Appointment's 8 o'clock. But I was like, I want to save it. I don't want to get to the doctor.
I'm out.
Okay.
Does your doctor not have the ability to you can just go in and do a piss test and blood work before you go?
No, I don't think.
Mine does, but
That's smart.
when I had the episode
Mm-hmm.
where I don't go to that doctor anymore for insurance purposes. So we got a new doctor, and then you go in a couple of days before your appointment. You fast, you go in, you piss in a cup, you do blood.
Dude, they
work,
don't
so
even
that
have me
way-
fast.
So that way it's ready when you have your appointment. Go ahead.
Which is smart. I think that's a good way. But I mean, at the same time,
I don't understand fasting because I guess it's just they want your blood at its purest form. But
Yeah, like a base level. I don't know.
But it's like that's not how I live every day.
Yeah.
Like when you want it to like reflect what it actually is,
Yeah.
and not like the better. But I mean, whatever.
Hey,
I'm
we're
not a
not
doctor.
doctors. Yeah, we're not doctors. I don't
I
know.
do not claim to be. Go ahead.
Okay, 7 o'clock rolls around. I feel a tinge. I'm like, okay, I could probably go right now and then be caught up by the time my appointment is. But I'm gonna try and wait. I'm gonna wait it out, whatever. Get the kid to school. I have to piss pretty bad. All right, it's 7:30. I have to kind of piss pretty bad. I'm like, nah, dude, you can do this. You can hold it out. You got this. Okay.
Mind over body, bro.
Yeah, mind over body. You know, I'm crossing my legs. I'm thinking, not thinking about it. It's 7:45. I am gonna piss my pants. If I don't go to the bathroom now, I'm gonna piss my pants. It's gonna be a whole embarrassing thing. So I go to the Kroger that's like 5 minutes away, right?
Okay.
It's not even 5 minutes away. It's like 2 minutes away. It's like right down the road. I go piss. I'm running to the bathroom. I'm sprinting. I'm in there. I'm whipping my dick out. I'm pissing. All right.
On the wall.
On the wall. I had to go bad, man. Sorry, janitor. Sorry, buddy. You know, I hope they pay you more today. And then I get out and I'm
Spoiler,
thinking
they didn't.
They didn't get paid more, no, unfortunately. I get out and I'm like in a panic. It's almost 8 o'clock. Yeah, it's 7:50 now. I don't think I can.
Not only are you going to be late, you're supposed to arrive 15 minutes before your appointment.
Yep, I checked in early. Don't worry, I got you. I checked in early. I'm like naturally I was thinking, gotta go grab a bottle of water, pay for it, get out of here, okay? But I passed by the seltzer water and that got me thinking. I was like, hey, that's gonna have
some bubbly water.
Yeah, it's gonna be bubbly. I think that bubbles are gonna push into my system, and then I immediately realized how stupid of a fucking thought that was. But I was like, it's already in my hands. I'm gonna buy
getting
it.
the play-by-play for anyone listening. I'm
Yeah.
getting the voice messages, and I'm just
You're like, why the fuck did
literally
you
said,
pick
why
seltzer?
the fuck did you pick seltzer water and not just get regular water? And
Hey,
you're
I'm
just
gonna
like,
be
well,
honest.
I thought.
I'm gonna be honest. I think seltzer water tastes better than regular water. I'm gonna say it.
Sure.
I think
Okay,
it tastes
sure,
good.
but
Maybe
that's
it's
not the point.
Maybe it's the salt they put in it. It gets my results back, and it's like my sodium's through the fucking roof right now. I got a 2-liter bottle of it because I was
Oh my
I want to
God.
make sure I have to piss, dude. I don't want to have this awkward scenario where I'm sitting there and like, I'm gonna go eventually. Don't worry, okay,
I cannot wait to tell Christina this.
dude. So I chugged like probably
We
like
talk
half
about
of it.
you all the time, by the way.
That's scary, but I guess endearing, I guess too. Like it's flattering. I don't know.
Just like the things you'll tell me, and I'll be like, guess what Jacob did today? And
Yeah,
she'll be like,
man.
oh God.
Oh golly,
Oh,
what did that
dear.
man get himself into today?
Oh dear. Go ahead.
So I chugged like half of it. I'm burping the whole time. I'm getting up to the waiting area, whatever. Sweating, but I got through it. I'm lucky that it's good that I went to go piss, because had I not pissed, I would have pissed on myself. It was like a 30-minute, because we were talking back and forth. It was like a 30-minute whole exchange, and I would have been too polite to be like, hey, can I just go piss in that cup real quick? Because I would have just sat
That's
there
what
the whole
you
thing. I mean, I could have said
And you
that.
know how that happens way more than you think.
Probably, man. But got through it. Got the meds. Got the.
But didn't you say you didn't even have to pee in the cup?
I thought I didn't have to pee in the cup. I did, because they were like, well, we're gonna do some blood work, and immediately I'm like, fuck, I didn't have to piss at all in the cup. And then I was like, I asked her, and I was like, do I have to piss in the cup? She was like, yeah, you do. I was like, thank God, because I gotta go, lady. So, spoiler, I made it. Pissed in the cup, which got me thinking, how do you piss in a cup? How do you do it? Walk us through a play-by-play.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I talked about it last time. Well, last time I had to take a shit, so like it was a little bit different. But if like you just have to take a piss, I'd just fucking whip it out and set it there and go.
But I mean, like, do you put the cup down there first and then start into the
hold the
cup?
cup.
Yeah, I know
Hold
you
it.
hold the cup, but I mean, like, do you just start off by like hold it down in front of you and pissing?
It's one of those, again, I have piss anxiety, man. So
That's
like,
why I think that, because the way I did it is like I had to get it going, right? I had to get the stream going.
but then it's like, what if you miss and you fucking piss all over your hand?
Well, that's why I
You
think
can't
it
wash
was-
your hands because like you're not allowed to.
I think it's safer to start pissing first to get a good idea of how this stream is going, right? Because you never know, man. Sometimes you pull it out, it's going this way, that way. So you want to
Dude,
make sure that it's going straight and then slide the cup on in.
I'm
You gotta
not
be careful
concerned
though.
about whether or not I'm pissing on the floor. I'm concerned about pissing in the cup. And like you
Getting all
just
that
need
piss
like,
in there.
you know, just like about that much. You don't even need that much. So like, but like when I had to go the last time I had to do it, it was literally like I put my fucking dick in the cup and I'm just like like pushing because like I couldn't go. And then of course once you break the seal, I had to piss like 12 fucking times.
Yep.
I
Yep.
pissed and then finished and then like got to the car and I was like, I gotta go again. And then
I had to piss so bad that I wanted to just like as a joke fill up 2 cups full, just for no reason at all. Like we only needed one, but I just have 2 cups of piss and I'm walking around like I got your piss. Here's your piss.
Yeah.
But but yeah, dude, it's fucking wild. It was fun. It was a good time. But
Good. You know, speaking of piss and like just being an absolute piece of shit, I know that you love streamers. You know, we've been over this, and it's come out. I mean, I think you admitted that like this person's always been a piece of shit, but you were kind of hoping that it was just a guy playing a character. But it turns out that he's an actual piece of shit in real life and on camera, and that's Asmongold, right? Is that how you say it?
Asmongold. Yeah, he looks
Famous WoW streamer.
and it's his fame does come from a lot of people who love to see other people troll. You know what I mean? Like it's not like his audience.
Imagine
is
having that
there,
toxic trait.
buddy. I don't get it.
No, I'm saying you have that trait.
I do kind of understand the appeal, right? Like you love to see somebody playing it, but it's like Dr. Disrespect, right? Everybody knows that Dr. Disrespect plays an asshole, right? He's either cracking a joke, cracking a quick whip. He's quick-witted, right? He's hitting the shots. He's uninstalling his game because of a bad experience one time. It's hilarious. It's all a bit though. Like, and that's the thing about it. I don't know. As far as I don't see anything outside of the camera, so he has that wig on. It's a bit. But it's always worse when it turns out to be that like the troll is actually a really bad person in real life.
I think the thing that aggravates me the most about streamers is not so much the influence or whatever. It's that like, who the fuck do you think you are that like you just get to play pretend and be somebody that you're not? Like I don't know.
I mean, to be fair,
like you're not a wrestling character. You're not a movie star. Like who gives a fuck? Like,
you think that you would like him more playing a character because they like it is like they're a wrestling star, like.
But they're not. They're the furthest thing from it. It's like someone trying to play pretend and like you're not funny.
But that's wrestling characters, though.
Yeah, but they're funny and they're actually professionals and they know what they're doing. Like you see the difference. Like streamers are just like amateurs trying to be professionals.
But I mean, everybody started out rough.
But also just be yourself. Like
be yourself.
Being your authentic self is way more entertaining than someone like just grifting and being a piece of shit because you fucking throw a rock and you hit a real piece of shit. Like imagine just joining a stream that's wholesome and someone's just like genuinely like a nice person. Like that's rare and that's sad. But like that's what I'm saying. Like the world's hard enough and full of shitty ass people. So like why don't we give the flowers to people that deserve it and stop paying attention to people who are fucking toxic? Like I don't know.
I think people just like to see shitty people for some reason. I don't know, man. I don't
because
it makes them.
I think honestly, the psychology is it's like, oh my god, this dude is an absolute piece of shit, and it makes me feel better about me being a piece of shit.
That's probably I think
there's a president got elected because of that. So
yeah. So did he do something recently? I don't know. Like you brought it up as Asmongold, Mangold, whatever.
Well, like there was that whole thing about his house, right?
And,
like the dude like lives in filth, like absolute filth. But
there's a clip of an actual cockroach crawling on him in the middle of.
There was something about the thing that caught my eye was that he was watching the Metal Gear Solid remake trailer. Mm-hmm. And it was just like, yeah, man, this looks good, but I just like hope they don't make it political. And it's just like, bro, are you a fucking moron?
That's like the whole thing, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the whole point of it. And it's just stupid shit like that. And it's just like, oh, and like I'm sure he had some fucking comments about Assassin's Creed Shadows, and like I'm sure he said something about all the women protect. And like it's just like I don't care, dude. Like I'm fucking beyond that nonsense. I don't give a shit anymore. Like,
that's the thing. Yeah,
I don't care about that commentary.
Yeah,
like it's not important.
And it's just crazy.
Don't matter. Like your opinion does not matter.
Because I can't even. I don't know, man. I'm not in the Asmongold world. I don't know how he is or whatever. I just know he's been a face of World of Warcraft for a while. But it's just like got some really shitty takes on a lot of things, and I don't know how people stomach it, even if it is a character at this point, because it's like. You watch some streams and it's like, you're just being a piece of shit, dude. Like, I've seen clips where he's just, like, berating somebody for playing a game the way they want to play it. And it's like, fuck off, dude. Shut the fuck up. Go home. Go clean your goddamn kitchen or some shit. Like, get the hell out of here, you know? But, hey, He's raking in millions, and here we are just doing a podcast.
Millions?
I'm gonna look up his net worth real quick. I think it's unfortunately gonna probably make us angry at his.
Well, I don't think it's all from streaming. There's endorsements and shit that come along with that.
Oh, is it
but
the
you can
first-
also
It's the second. It's like the second topic whenever you type in Asmongold. It's net worth.
because there's probably people wondering like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like why the fuck is this? That's gonna be upset. I don't know how accurate it is, but it says 5 million.
Yeah, but that's again, that's his net worth. That's not what he makes from just streaming. He probably has sponsorships with fucking computer
Yeah.
parts and alt-right fucking fan clubs and shit.
Yeah, I'm sure he's got some pack donating to him or some shit. Some.
But you got to be careful though, because sometimes you can sign a sponsorship deal that pretty much ruins your career. Not ruins your career, but literally stops you in your tracks from doing the thing that you're known for.
I don't think anybody does transitions, does segues nearly as good as you. You're the best. I just want to give you that little praise real quick. Yeah, sometimes a brand deal can land you out of the competition that you've been competing in your entire life.
Like the reason they're coming to you is because of how good you are at doing said thing. I know I'm burying the lead here. Joey Chestnut, world
And it's
famous
fucking crazy.
gobbler, right? Fucking Weiner Gobbler.
This dude is the literal throat goat, and you're not going to have him in your competition.
Nancy Reagan ain't got shit on it.
No, that's everybody's talking about. Oh, Nancy Reagan's so good at it. I don't know where those jokes come from. I don't know anything about Nancy Reagan. I heard that she can give a good top. Is that what the kids call it? I don't know. But anyways,
Because she blew a lot of people.
good for her, dude. Get that bag. You know, I say if you do, if
I don't think she was getting paid for it. She was
You
just like she just happened to be the
enjoy what
first
you're
lady
doing.
of the United States.
you
she
enjoy
was
what
just
you're
blowing
doing, and you
everyone.
never work a day in your life. That's what I say, man.
You know, they say that, but I'd love to put the
Give me the test. Give me a test. Let me try it.
Yeah, I'd love to put that theory to test.
But Joey Chestnut isn't going to be trying it because
Joey Chestnut will not be participating in this year's July 4th Weiner Goblin contest.
Oh God, dude, I was drinking my water, man. Man, getting
So he's won it every year since 2016, I
yeah,
believe.
I would argue he is the reason that
But
I
who
would
won it
assume
before him though, like because I remember in college there used to be a dude that Joey usurped, right? Like he was always like the runner up, and then he took over as the king. He didn't used to be the original king of the Nathans.
Yeah. It's just like what I was trying to say is that like I don't think like I would assume that the only reason you're turning into the 2024 or 2020 even like since he's not going to be 2024 if you're tuning into 2023's Nathan's hot dog wiener eating competition, like I would assume that Joey Chestnut is the reason that you're tuning in. So for them to be like, sorry, buddy, your new brand deal with Impossible Meats, I don't think we said, but Impossible Meats are, for some reason, they call him a direct competitor.
Kobayashi.
He's really popular too, if I'm not mistaken, right? He was
the guy. Yeah, so Kobayashi won it from 2001 all the way to 2006. Joey Chestnut took over and won it in 2007, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wow, it took till 2011 for him to have a women's tournament. He did not win it in 2015, weirdly enough. So he won it from 2011 to 2014. Matt Stoney beat him in 2015, and then Joey Chestnut has won it every year since 2016, except he will not win it this year.
Yeah, he even won in 2020, and I didn't even know they had one in 2020. So he broke the world record in 2020 with 75 hot dogs,
Dude,
and buns. And I don't know. I
it
know
makes me sick to my stomach. I don't know how people watch it.
because you're not even enjoying the hot dog, man. Let's be honest
It's not
about
the
the hot
point.
dog.
It's not the point.
It's that's what I'm saying though. It's like if it's a hot dog eating competition, I understand, but it's like at some point you're just drinking hot dog water, right? Because every single one of them dips their hot dog into the hot dog water, right? Into the water that they give them. Because I'm not mistaken, that's one of the strategies is to like get the bun really slippery wet and slide it down your gullet. But but man, yeah,
It's been going on since
fucking
1967.
And I don't want to be political or anything like that, but like we can't even afford to give kids, school lunches, but hey, here, we can afford these thousands of hot dogs every year for this competition. Are you kidding me? Come on, guys. Come on. I think it's
But
a
yeah,
little
so
pretentious,
but we buried the whole lead. He took a sponsorship with a Beyond Meat
yeah, the Impossible
and,
Foods or whatever it is, right?
and Nathan's was like, no, that's a direct competitor, and basically like the antithesis of what we stand for. Like we're all about that garbage meat, and you're out here signing deals with Beyond Meat.
And it's
Get out
like
of here, bro. You're suspended, bro.
it's so
And honestly,
pretentious, dude. It's so
honestly,
like
let's think about this. This is pro wrestling.
is it
Because they
work? Do you think it's a work or
because they know that the champ is good. They know that, like, okay, listen, guys, everyone's gonna tune in. Everyone's bored. Joey's the best. Okay, whatever. But like, what if we throw some controversy in there and we're just like, oh, the real champ. Oh, we're gonna crown a new champion this year. Everyone's gonna tune in to see who the new guy is, and then next year the storyline is, I was never defeated. Joey Chestnut. I'm the king. I'm the champ
one-on-one
of champs.
competition?
I was never defeated. My throne was taken away from me unfairly. And then next year's 2024, 2025 championship is going to be all about Joey's return. It's just fucking
That's
pro wrestling.
fucking. You're so good, man. That's. I'm not even lying. That's a. Like, that really does sound. And I would not. I absolutely like. Would not be able to color me pink surprised if that actually happened, because like that does sound exactly like what they're building up. Because I mean, yeah. When's the last time you gave a shit about the fucking Nathan's Weiner Goblin contest, man? Like, I've never once been like, oh, who won the Weiner Goblin contest this year, honey? Never happened across my mind.
You say
but
it
now,
really fast, and it sounds like you're saying Weiner Goblin instead of Wiener.
the Wiener, it's the Weiner Goblins. They come out and they bring you your hot dogs. They hand them to you. Dude, you tell you what, man. You give me some Wiener Goblins that actually bring the hot dogs out to the contestants.
Can
I'll
we
fucking
name
watch.
this episode Wiener Goblins? Will it get flagged?
I 100% think we can. I think we can technically name it whatever we want. It's nothing. Wiener's not even a bad word. Come on, Wiener Goblin it is, baby. That's just so good, man. But that's just, I don't know. I thought it more so, when I was reading the article, it did sound a lot like inner office politics, where like there's not, they can say that there's a rule for it. I don't know. I haven't read the rule book of the Nathan's hot dog eating contest, but it does sound just more so like they were like children, where they were like, no, you can't play with them.
Yeah.
You're not in our competition. You can't.
You're not allowed.
You're not allowed to do that. It's very unfair, very unjust. That's
Just wait. About April of next year, you're gonna see like Joey Chestnut's gonna release it on like Instagram, like training videos, training montages.
He's already said he's still training, so
yeah, like
he's just training with a different impossible type of meat. So
I guess, the other impossible meat that's going on around here that like apparently France doesn't want to talk about is the meat that's getting clapped behind the scenes. That one needs a little bit of work.
That one, yeah, I feel like maybe we're riding too high off of the compliments and like how well the last one went. It's okay, man. Hey, quick. Man, it's all right. They can't all be Grand Slams.
So the Olympics is coming up. I mean, who knew?
Oh shit! Okay, now it was a really good transition because I forgot exactly what you were talking about. Okay, that's why it took me a second.
Yeah. What'd you think I was talking about?
I don't know. That's what I was completely lost, and I was just like, "Hey, I'm willing to see where this goes." I don't.
So, they're implementing sexless beds or
anti-sex beds.
Anti-sex beds. I don't know how. I don't know. Okay, like listen. I've seen the bed. It just looks like a little twin-size bed.
If you don't think people can't fuck on a twin-size bed,
people will fuck standing up,
bro. That's the thing too. Is I don't understand it. Like, what is it? Was it on the hand of the coaches? Let me collect my thoughts. Was it on the hand of the coaches where they were like, "Hey, give us beds that aren't big so our players don't fuck and they actually go to sleep," or was it like?
I think what happened was the last Olympics, which was 2022 in Brazil. That would have been the
Winter Olympics, yeah.
Because it would have been COVID, but then I can't remember if we had it in 2020 or if it got pushed. Whatever.
Yes, we had it. We had it because there was a bunch of mask mandates. I remember one of the.
But everyone was fucking like crazy in Brazil, though.
Well,
like
you're in Rio de Janeiro, yeah.
But like it was like threesomes, foursomes, like full on like orgies. Because like, what else are you gonna do?
4 years, you're never gonna see that person until 4 years. Like, I mean, dude, you gotta get 4 years worth of bang.
Okay,
now.
let's be honest. You're gonna see these people. Like, it's like the Nathan's hot dog. It's not the only competition that they do.
Do they really have other competitions?
They have other Olympic sports that go on throughout the year. It's just like their Super Bowl, and you have like a national curling league in Canada but then it's the Canadian national team that competes at the Olympics. It's not like they only curl once a year. Like that's
Hey,
not how it
I'm not gonna
works.
lie to you. I thought that they just trained the entire 4 years and like there
Oh,
was nothing going on. I know that like I mean of course like NBA players they play
right.
and
It's the same
NHL
thing.
play, yeah, but I didn't think there was like a sledding team that was like we're going to the sledding competition this year. It's gonna be
Yeah.
crazy. Our
Yeah.
team's doing super good in
We're gonna
the
train
pickup
for
league.
3.5 years for one thing, because it's not like they do it every year. It's every
I
4
thought
years.
I thought that they just trained the entire
No.
3 years and hey, I learned something. Hopefully the audience learned something
Yeah.
today. So
But basically, the government has implemented these beds, and I'm just like, bro, like, have you ever met a college kid? You think that a twin size bed's gonna stop somebody from clapping cheeks?
there's gonna be people fucking on that bed just in spite of them giving them anti-sex beds. I don't know
Multiple people.
what is it. What happens? Does like a like it does a
But
what is
also,
it
who
called? A
gives a
chastity
shit,
belt? Does a
man?
chastity belt pop out and
Who gives a
strap on?
shit?
I don't. It's so. I'm tired of this pearl clutching and this Nancy Pansy in society that they're trying to make us live in. People fuck. It's 2024. We're all here because two people got together and they were
People
like,
fuck casually too.
"Bruh, it's again, it's we're in the future, buddy."
And
Like,
athletes, what else are they gonna do?
yeah, dude. They're and fucking they've got so much testosterone running through their veins, estrogen running through their veins. Fucking that's all they
You know
can
what?
think
You know what
about.
competition? Like I don't. I mean, like curling is cool, right? And like all and like gymnastics, like they're really talented. But you know what I want to see? Let me see those sex competitions. You remember
Bro,
a couple? Remember like 2 years ago when we talked about that?
Yeah,
Remember?
man. Let's get this sex
It was
competitions.
yeah. Like I'm more interested in seeing like these gangbangs than I am
And
the
I
actual
think that like
Olympics.
having both a solo competitions as well as
Mhm.
like team competitions, having two teams that like all have 8 members and they've got to perform an orgy and it's got to be like you've got to have all these different parameters like oh is there enough butt play, is there enough is there enough progressiveness in it. I don't know how do you judge these competitions. These are just suggestions, but I think it could work out well. How their buttholes look. I don't know who's shaved, who's not. Like, does hair
Is it
play
like
into it? Like, is it like is it?
It's like a
It's like a dog
It's like
competition. Yeah,
Westminster.
yeah.
Like you have to
That
like
would
to
be
make sure-
awkward as fuck, man. I would not be able to compete because like talk about stage fright. There's millions of people watching, and I'm not
Well,
doing
you,
it.
you could have well, I was gonna say you could have the curtain and then
No.
like you have the judge that comes in there and like lifts it up and inspects.
Yeah, dude. He's just like, let's see how this prostate feels. Good. Okay, you're
Yeah.
good. Checks you on the
Yeah.
spot. So
Um, New Zealand is famous for a lot of things. Obviously, Lord of the Rings was a big reason. The accent, all sorts of things. It's like on the fucking edge of the world. It's like 20 hours ahead of where we are right now.
it's
But
tomorrow
like,
right now.
yeah. So they had, the trees that were in Lord of the Rings were called Ents, and lo and behold, they're kind of real, but it's sort of I can't talk. Clickbaity in the sense that New Zealand has these things called walking trees, and they're like 100 foot, and it does look as though they are in motion, like they look like this, and
Yeah.
they're just like 100 foot. I'm a little disappointed that they don't actually move,
Yeah.
or do they move like slowly over time, where like their branches just like move?
That would be super cool, man.
Because
Imagine.
a talking tree, a real life ant, would be terrifying, but also dope as fuck.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to see it. I would hug it, be friends with it. He'd probably squish me though. I'd be like a work to him. You just smash me.
So the only reason it's in the news is because it won Tree of the Year. I was today's years old when I realized that there was a Tree of the Year award.
You gotta expect they got a year for something of the year for everything, right? Like scrotum of the year. Who won that this year? Bird of the year. There's always a bird of the year, I think. So
But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it, right? Like that's the whole story.
that you nailed it. It does look really cool. How tall is it? Do we know? Is it like
100 foot.
100 feet? Isn't that big though? My house is like probably like 20 feet off the ground, 25 feet. So I guess
It's not known.
my
It's not known how old. Oh, okay. So
Sorry, I did not read the article.
I didn't either. It does not say how old.
We're so
it
good at
is.
this.
Well, no one comes here for.
I mean,
like,
it looks
facts.
cool as hell, though. I mean, it really does. Like, if you were to picture what an ant would look like in real life, they nailed it. I wonder if it
But
grew that way. Like, did it get struck by lightning? what's its story? You know, like I want to delve into the
It's
lore
just
of
like
the
out in the
tree.
middle of nowhere is the thing. I think like that's one of the things. It's kept up really well, and it's not near any other trees.
It's a pretty tree,
Um,
man. It's a pretty tree. You know, it's got some
I mean,
sexy legs.
I guess like one of them looks rotten as hell though. Like it's been
Well,
in some battles. Like
probably has been.
one of the legs looks like pure, and the other one looks like it's like an added stump.
Well, I mean, it might have been from the actual movie. They like maybe the movie actually happened, and they just filmed the real life events, and this is just a remainder of like what had the battle. You know.
Um, they say that everything is bigger in Texas, right? Like
Unfortunately,
that's their slogan. Bigger guns, bigger people, bigger morons, all that sort of thing.
nailed it. Good job.
So one of the things, right, that they're known for and is Buc-ee's. And we got a Buc-ee's recently close to us, and not only was it a big deal because it was the closest Buc-ee's to us, but
Mm-hmm.
it was also at the time America's largest Buc-ee's, or I guess the world's largest
It
Buc-ee's.
was the Lord's, yeah, the Lord's
And
largest bucket.
the Lord's largest. And people in Texas got real pissy and all butthurt about it because that's what they do. Like, there's no bigger pussies in the world than people from Texas.
Yeah, fuck you, Tex. I'm punking them out right
And
now, dude. You remember that?
and they got all mad about it because it's Bucky's is ours and we're Texas and we should have the biggest Bucky's. And so they
That's the thumbnail for sure, right there, dude. That face, that's great. Yeah,
and so it's official. The world's largest Bucky's is now officially in Texas. It opened
and listen to this shit, okay? How many feet was it? How big do you
by
think? How much?
300 extra square feet.
That is the size of a living room. They put an extra living room size on that Bucky's just to squeak out a little win. And in my book, I don't think that's a W. I don't think it is. I think we have to then escalate and we have to add on to our Bucky's. Now we have to make an addition to the Bucky's so it becomes the bigger. And it's going to be a pissing contest constantly. You're going to constantly be adding new things.
120 fuel pumps, 75,000 square feet.
Have we said that
So-
like Bucky's is kind of like a capitalist
Oh, that
ideal of like
when
what
I took you, yeah, remember we
Yeah.
talked about it when I took you to your first Bucky's.
it is legitimately like the idyllic
It's
capitalistic.
it's commercialism, fucking wet dream.
Yeah, and it's one of those things that people picture when they talk about like what my dad calls true capitalism, right? The employees are getting paid, everybody's happy and spending money. You know, it's like,
Has
man.
your dad been to a Bucky's?
Yeah, oh yeah. My parents love them. They've went to like
course they do,
several.
'cause
Yeah.
it's pure American.
To be fair,
That's
it
what
is.
found- blah, 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 blah. And it's like,
Yeah.
again, I don't want to rehash it because we've talked about it ad nauseum. A Bucky's is worth it at like 11 o'clock at night or like 4 o'clock in the morning when when there's no one there and you can get in, get out, go to the clean bathroom.
It's
Outside of that, it's not worth the 2 hours you're going to spend in that 45 minutes you got to go to park. It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
I just don't think it's worth it at all. Like, it's too much. I'll say it. I'll be brave.
But yeah, but
It's
you're
too
not
much.
brave. I mean, I literally saw you as a human being shutting down.
Yeah, man.
When
There was
we
too many
went.
people, man. There was like
You
so many.
like a real life panic attack. I saw
How do
it.
you enjoy that? How do you look at everything in that store? You can't. There's too many people.
Well, because Jacob, people have, by and large, most people they have main character syndrome and they don't give a shit about anybody else, and they are the main character of their story, and that's fine. But that sort of like oozes over and like becomes an issue to everybody else when like you just stand in the fucking middle of the aisle as if no one else is there. Like that's the sort of shit
yeah,
just
that shit pisses me
irritates.
off. Yeah.
Like, get the fuck out of the way. If you don't know what you're doing or you don't know where you're going, move. Get out of my fucking way. And it's not just my way. You're in everyone's way. You are an inconvenience to everyone around you. Please move.
And it's like, hey,
have like just a modicum of fucking self-awareness.
that's the thing. And it's like, hey, it's okay to be lost. It's okay to not know where you're going. It's okay to like, oh, I don't know what I want to buy in this aisle. But it's like, have the decency to be aware of your surroundings and be like, hey, it's taking me a second. Let me hop out of these people's way. I'll stand over here to the side while I pick out my. And so it's, hey, let's be more aware of our surroundings. But
We forgot to talk about it a couple weeks ago. But Flippy the Robot.
Yeah, he's teaming up with Nvidia. They're making these AI robots, and they're going to take all of our jobs. Not even It was one of those things that I used to joke about all the time back in the day. That eventually robots would be so advanced that they take the jobs of the restaurant workers, and it's happening. I mean, I don't know, man.
Well, remember, where did I go? Was it Atlanta that I went? That Christina and I went somewhere, and the fucking robot brought out our chips and salsa.
It had to be somewhere advanced like that. Maybe Nevada. Maybe like. Didn't you guys go to Las
No.
Vegas? Yeah, you guys
think
went
it
to
was
Las
it.
Vegas.
Pretty sure it was Atlanta. Well, we went to Vegas like years ago, but I'm pretty sure it was Atlanta. it was
Atlanta's
just
a
like-
hit place. They would have a robot.
It just like
serving
blew
robot.
me away. I was like, "What the fuck is this?" I don't think.
And
was
it blew
Atlanta.
you. It's kind of crazy. It's one of those robots.
It doesn't feel like it was Atlanta. Maybe Cincinnati. I don't fucking know. I don't
But
remember.
I just don't know what the plan is. Right?
But like, how is that any different? Right?
What do you mean? I think this is the first time that they're actually powering the Flippy the robot with AI, because that's the whole thing. Is that like the company that makes the robot, which like is Miso Technology or some shit. I don't know the name of it. They're like teaming up with Nvidia and their AI project, and they're mushing together, and they're gonna make a robot that can also kill you, give you the temperature and the time of day, or make you a burger. And I just don't know where we go as a society when nobody can afford anything because they lost their job to Flippy the robot. And
We collapse.
I don't know. Because
And then,
what is the end
then
goal?
Mad
Like,
Max becomes real life.
yeah, but it's like, what is the end goal? Like, because I mean, I understand, shareholders are important, corporations, CEOs, they need their money. But like, if you start replacing people that do the jobs, then nobody spends any money because nobody has any money to spend, and then those economies collapse because like, hey, you don't have a working for. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, but
dude.
all those people that make those decisions still have a job.
Yeah, but it's like for
So
how
who-
long? But until they, because
Hey, you remember what I said about the people that go to Buc-ee's and they all have main character syndrome and they don't have any
Yeah.
fucking awareness of anything? Yeah.
That's fair.
As long as they are getting their bread, they don't give a fuck about anybody else. And that's just
that's one of those things, man. That's the
how
capitalistic
the
dream
world
right
works,
there,
bro.
baby.